Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today's session that we'll be discussing, that is the joint density of states, that is also said as the density of state for photons. Now basically we have already discussed the density of the states, but that was with respect to the electrons energy level. But here we will be going for the photons. So before we start with this theory, let us understand few basic things. What is radiative transition? So this, with the help of the EK diagram, we have already seen that the tip of the conduction band is there, that is stated as an higher energy level E2. Okay, and the bottom you can see that the tip of the valence band that we usually use is nothing but the tip of the valence band EC, and that is denoted as lower energy level E1. So we say that when the recombination process is there, the electron from the higher energy state it comes down to the low energy state, it releases the energy, and that is in the term of the photon. So that can be equated as E2 minus E1 is equal to hV. When the electron from the higher energy state E2 makes a transition to the lower energy state, the difference of the energy is reduced. So this is basically a radiative transition. Why? Because a photon is generated. Now we have seen that in non-radiative transition what was happening? The tips momentum are actually different. In the previous case you have seen that the momentum of the tip of what EC as well as EV was same, hence there was a direct band transfer, and that's why it was a radiative transition. But here you can see that the energy level E2 tip is not matching the momentum of the lower energy level. Okay, so to match up a few amount of energy is required, that is actually dissipated into the heat, and then the electron when comes down, again the emission of the energy, of course energy your electron is coming from the higher energy level E2 to E1, but the energy release is the term of the photon. Take this thing into the consideration, that was radiative photon and this is phonon. Okay, so it is done after the conversion of the momentum and it is in the form of the phonons. Okay, so this is, that's why known as a non-radiative transition. Now basically why we require, or what is the need of defining the joint density of states? So to find the number of the transition or the emission, we should know the emission per unit volume. See, why we require this density of states in respect to the photons? Why? Because whatever the number of the transition would be there, that amount of the energy, or in the terms of photon, would be released. So from that we can get to know multiple data. For example, what is the emission? What is the intensity of the emission? How much emission has been done? So that's why we require to find the number of the transition emission. Why it is important? Such that we can get the emission per unit volume, or how much emission is done per unit volume. So this also gives the number of the photons that has been emitted and the idea about the power that has been emitted through the transition. Now, how we will find this, or how we are supposed to achieve this? How will we be finding the joint density of states? So the number of the emission per unit volume can be calculated by, this is our old formula, that is density of states into probability of occupation. Okay, that was the same we were doing in the density of the state also, but in this it will be in the context of the photons. So let's start the derivation. Now before we start the derivation, again EK diagram is there. So you can see that the EK diagram is there, and E2 energy level is defined as E2. Okay, and the lower energy level is defined as E1. Higher E2, lower as E1. So there are the two transitions, that is first generation and second is the recombination. So you can see in the generation, and HV in the term of photon only is given to the electron, it is gaining it and goes to the higher energy level E2. So that transition is E1 to E2. Okay. Second, E2 dash and E1 dash, what they indicate? The indication is about the recombination process, such that electron from the higher energy level comes down to the lower energy level, releasing the energy HV that it is actually gained during the generation process. So the transition considering one electron from the higher to the lower, and second transition is going from the lower to higher level. So we are considering first transition 1, that is from the E1 to E2, that is nothing but the absorbing of a photon, and second transition is from E2 to E1, that is the releasing of the photon. So now the absorption or the emission taking place from the top band to the bottom of the conduction. So we can also have the parabolic expression, okay, or we are getting with the parabolic approximation. So what is the expression that we have derived for the parabolic? That was in the EK diagram. So how was it? E2 is equal to EC plus h cap square k square upon 2mc. Why we are taking here EC? Because anything in the conduction band, it would be compared with that tip of the bottom, that is EC. Okay. So now when we are taking with respect to E1, it would be always the valence band, and that's why we are taking in context of EV, that is our lower band, that is lower energy level E1. Okay. So these are the assumptions. Now, after that, the energy of the photon is given by what? That is HV. And what is HV? HV is the energy that is difference between the two energy levels, that is higher and the lower energy level. So you can say that HV equals to E2 minus E1. So now HV can be also defined in the 2. Now we are replacing the value of E2 as well as E1. After replacing N, then what we are doing? We are taking the common terms out, and you are getting EC minus EV plus h cap square k square upon 2 1 upon mc plus 1 upon mv. Okay, so this, now we know that what is conduction band and valence band difference, that we know that that is nothing but the forbidden gap. So it can be defined as Eg instead of EC minus EV, and rest term as it is. Okay, here what we have taken or reduced the 1 upon mc plus 1 upon mv as mr. Okay, so ultimately you are getting the HV, that is the photon energy that has been generated, is Eg plus h cap square k square upon 2mr. So now we are taking, now we are done with this h terms. Okay, now we are going with the k square. So by replacing that, the k square equals to HV minus Eg 2mr by h cap square. Now solving this, the substituting the above equation in equation E2 and E1. So first step you got E2. So that will become EC plus h cap square upon 2mc HV minus Eg 2mr by h cap square. So you can see that h cap square will be cancelled out. Okay, and 2 would be also cancelled out. So remaining you will be getting EC plus mr by mc into bracket HV minus Eg. So this we have done the steps, same steps you are repeating, and you are getting the E1. Okay, so after getting the E1 and E2, what we are supposed to do now? So after that equation, we need to get a one-to-one correspondence between what? Between E and V. Okay, so we are getting ZE. Now this is, whenever we get that some term, that ZED, it is always a density of state. So ZC E2 dE2 is equal to ZV dV. Okay, now what do we want? We actually want the ZV, that is the number of the states per unit volume available for photons between the energy HV and HV plus D. Okay, so what right that would be ZV. So in the terms of ZV, when we are taking it as a subject, it would be ZC E2 dE2 by dV. Okay, so that is equation number 4 that we have derived in the terms of density of state. Now using this equation 1, we will be getting E2 equals to EC plus mr by mc HV minus Eg. This we have already derived. So now we are getting, see what we require. We required in that density of state, that is E2 minus EC by 1 by 2. So what we will do in the above equation, that it happens like that. So what we did, we minus it by EC and get entire term by 1 by 2. So when we are doing it from the equation of the ZV, we are getting the ultimate term, that is ZV is equal to pi by 2 8 mc upon h square half E2 minus EC whole raised to 1 by 2 h mr by mc. So this is a familiar almost terms, like few terms, except few terms, almost all the terms are like just density of state that we have already derived. Okay, so now using the equation E2 minus ECC, steps are also almost same, 1 by 2 and dE2 by dV, we get the final equation that will look like ZV 4 pi by h square into 2 mr 3 by 2 HV minus Eg by 1 by 2. Okay, so this is the expression of the optical joint density of the states. Now what we are doing, we are plotting it the equation. So you can see that ZV is there and energy is there. So you can plot that after Eg. So till Eg there is no rise in the energy. After Eg you are getting the successive rise. Now that is also just we are concluding for HV is greater than Eg. Okay, so what would be that? We will be having an interband transition between that. An interband transition will give you basically photons. So in this session we have not only got the density of the state of the photons, but we have also derived the same. Hope you have understood this session.